tell you right. Well, if that's the one,
It
I
just
can
came
tell
out
you
an
what
hour
they
ago.
did.
So
Yeah,
if they doubled the
I would-
pixels, they went from what, 1 to 2 again? Is that what
Yep.
you mean?
I think
Yes.
that they might have went from. I'll find out
All right.
if I can download it. Yeah, it's downloading it right now.
All right.
Oh
We'll
my
wait to hear
gosh.
from Dave and see. There's one out, but I can't post the link. Send it to me.
I got
and,
it.
oh, okay. Yeah, I think we've got that one, and Dave's downloading it right now, Raven.
Stump, I can't grind out.
Let me see what they did.
Fummins, you tried converting anything yet?
Yeah, I've been working on my Western Star and it's not going well.
Banky wanky.
Banky, wanky, spanky, tanky.
You need a script to use wheels that aren't in game.
Oh, really?
Which is weird. Fummins and I were talking about that earlier. I will tell you one good thing, JD, about the changes they made. I think we're going to see a lot less fly-by-night modders out there. Because the ones that know how to do stuff are having a hard time.
They'll just steal the stuff once we get it out there.
Well, that's always going to happen.
Yeah, it's likely what's going to happen.
Right.
Whoever gets it out first, it's going to get stolen by everybody else.
Yep. Well, that's usually what happens anyways. So.
No, he did units per pixel 1.
Really?
But I bet you, yeah, he did. And he has it at 8192. The question is, it's
How's
a
it
blank.
run?
It's a blank map, so it has nothing in it. And if it's done the same way the last guy did, all you have it doesn't even have all the proper things linked to it. Let me see if I can open it in the editor.
Fummins, you can put in where the greener?
Wiener. It's a combine manufacturer.
Oh, is that what it
Echo.
is? I am not sure. I'm not sure. How we doing, Scurvy?
Hanging in there.
Well, good, good. I'm glad you're hanging in and not hanging out. It might be a little cold.
My gut's hanging up. Does that count?
Well, my gut's always hanging out, so... So, yes, it does count, Darius. We're allowed that.
Okay. Fat guy's gonna eat too.
That's right. Fat guy's going to eat real well this week, I'll tell you that. We got our turkeys in the fridge. All 58 pounds of them.
Oh my god. How many turkeys did you get? 2?
2.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. We got one that's 30 and one that's 29. Raven2971, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, where the hell are we going to park this?
Yeah, same thing as the other one.
Ditzel.
Refresh the textures, you're gonna get warning missing texture ground height, shader, terrain shaders missing, detailed height shaders missing. You can't, so they cut out a bunch of stuff,
In order to
took
make it
away a
work.
bunch of the shaders in order just to make it load up.
Ah.
And that's what people have been doing, and then yep, scripts. And the 16x script that is not 100%. It does get it started. Nope, that time it didn't work at all. It did work, but it did a Lua script error running the script.
Ah. How we
And
doing,
you
Ditzel?
you still can't walk off the edge of the map beyond the 8x size without the screen going black with this script.
Oh, yeah.
All they did was stretch the terrain. I bet you they just put the files in, loaded up in the game, and never even looked at it in the editor, to be honest with you.
That could be.
You're getting a lot of people doing crap. Will it run? Probably will. But it's broken right off the bat. You're not
Right.
linked to the shaders, you know?
Yeah.
It's hailing. Or is that just water drops
What? On my map?
in my game?
Oh, in your game? Yeah, I don't
I think
know.
it's hail.
I know when it's
Could be.
snowing in mine, it sure cuts my frames right back, for sure.
In a way, I'm glad they kind of put a little more onto this GPU this time around, but the CPU is still a really intense call.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Which one are we going to? 46. Let's go to this one right here. I didn't know. I just thought that I was bringing it up to some. Yeah, no. And that's fine, Raven. And that's how we hear a lot of stuff because we can't be everywhere. But yeah, that's some of the stuff that we've been talking about and everything. There is stuff being put out, but some people don't take the time to do it the right way. So then what happens is other people download it, they start using it, and if you don't know what you're looking for the issues and stuff like that, you may not see them until it's too late, and then you get frustrated with it. So, tracks definitely get icy on the roads, but lurking around, Dead Soul, awesome. Appreciate it as always, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what. Some of these tractors with the tracks on them, man, I don't know what it is, but the steering is either real sensitive or whatever, brake force, something just isn't right. But like this one is sliding all over the place. And it doesn't take much, yeah, just that little turn right there and I can make it slide all over the place. I should get a warning like I do in my wife's car when I start it up. Possible ice on the roads. But
It just makes me want to go out on the roads even more.
it does. It does. For sure.
Reminds me of when my kid was young and I was drifting around a traffic circle because he wouldn't sleep.
Yep. Been there, done that too. Oh,
I'm amazed the cop let me go for so long before he.
Oh, you got caught.
Oh, the cop watched me for like a half hour.
Oh, did he? Did he pull
Oh, it
you
was like
over?
1 in the. It was like 1 in the morning.
Ah,
You
I
know?
see.
So I was like drifting around one traffic circle, go up, go through a light, drift around the other traffic circle a bit, come back. And I was going back and forth, and finally he came out, put his lights on, and said, "It's time you go home." He let me go because there was nobody around, but he's like,
Right, yeah.
I was like, I'm trying to get this one to sleep. It was lulling him to sleep because as soon as I stopped, he started waking up. And the cop looked at him and goes, "Yeah, been there, but it's, you've had your fun. Go home."
Right, yep.
Okay.
Nice. Alright, let's stop that. Let's go ahead and call this thing. Dave saying, Yeah, right? Yes,
No,
Dad.
I'm
What
just
was that?
thinking of all the poor people that are. Yeah, if you turn off all the terrain shaders and stuff, work. You might save the resources. Is that the way people are gonna do it?
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's flat. Remember that. It's flat.
Right, yeah.
Well, that's probably actually hurting your cause being flat because there's no inclusion.
Well, it doesn't have anything on it. They stripped every
yeah.
little last thing out of this. So to bring it up in the editor and just try to
I wrote
save the
thank you for
terrain
the
ones.
follow.
I feel like a lot of people are going to grab the 16X and start building on it to realize they're going to be screwed down the road.
Right. Well, and that's what I was saying, People don't know what they're
But-
looking for, so.
I can tell you this. I expect my computer to crash any minute trying to load it up because it won't load the...
Really?
Yep. Yep.
I'd rather not
It
have
won't even load it.
missing shaders. Yeah, right.
So
AMD Software Tech did a driver timed out. I can't even load the empty map again. Can't do a
Wow.
16x on my computer.
Jeez.
Crashes my video driver without any changes to that.
Yes, I am hauling peas, and this is the in-game auger wagon that I am using. It's pretty nice, but yeah, it is the in-game.
Yep.
Sorry,
for
Shirley,
Amity.
go ahead.
No,
If
it's
you're
a nice.
hauling your peas, where's your Q's?
I lost my cues a long time ago.
Okay, all right, that explains a few things.
Just a few.
I'm sorry. All the issues we're seeing.
Well, I have a
Leads-
contract to wrap bales. You get $360. If you
Yeah.
lease the equipment, it reduces by 400.
Right.
Nice.
It's stuff like what Fummins just saw. It's stuff we're seeing in the editor. It's other things in the game. Where was the quality assurance checks for this?
You really asking that
I
question?
was gonna say, I was gonna leave that alone, but yeah.
They did.
There's
They
not.
assured there wasn't any quality.
There's no quality assurance with this. It's just like nobody put this game through its paces. Everything that we're seeing here seems like it's been extremely rushed. And there's a lot of bugs everywhere, and we have no communication from Giants.
Yeah. Well, and you know,
I think
I've
it's
said
pretty
this
funny.
before,
Oh.
and everything else. I mean, the longevity of this game is with the modders. It always has been. You
And
know?
right
and
now- Yep.
they're making it harder for those modders.
Yep.
You know, so what is that going to do for the longevity? You know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, at least announce that we have a patch in the next few weeks here or something.
Well, we
Or
know that
give us-
from the Steam beta threads or whatever. There's something on Steam that
Right.
says there's a patch
Right.
coming.
yeah.
Right, but something from Giants saying that this is our current punch list. These are the items we're tentatively fixing that's going to be released in this patch. Some form of communication other than, hey, we've just sold nearly 3 million copies. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Your
Shockey,
game's
remember
broken.
Shockey quit too, so
Right.
posts
yeah.
about the game one day, quits the next.
Next.
Yep.
Yep.
I know,
Yeah.
Billy, yours is changeable colors. A lot of, yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of people go that way just because of some of the changes and stuff, on that Dead Soul. I loaded the game. It had floating. Oh, is that what it was, Raven? Yep. Do
Well-
it Fummins again and again. I have no idea what that was. from
Yeah, I
that
don't
one.
either.
I've been saying for years too that they need to have a group of beta testers that really put the game, and you could get people to volunteer to do it. I know a bunch of us would,
Yeah,
and have them all sign NDAs,
Yep.
and they'll do it for free and test the stuff.
Yep. No questions asked.
Yeah, and I think the part that drives me crazy is it's some of the simple stuff. You know, floating objects
It's not
in
hard.
a base game map. Like, really?
Yeah.
That's something I do. You know? Why is the maker doing it, you know? So,
But
and
I had it last night when I asked if anyone was in game. I opened, I'm in the game. I looked at all the Mack trucks. Not one of them had a hub on the front wheel. I went in it this morning, and they're there.
yeah.
There's something screwy going on.
Yeah,
with the
Chalky quit.
game. Yep, Chalky quit.
Yeah, that was, what, last year?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or,
I think.
I guess this year, whatever.
year.
No, he posted about the game being released when it was released 2 weeks ago, and then a week later it says former Giants employee.
Oh, okay. All right.
Was it Jackie that quit or
Yeah.
I can't keep up. There was another one though and there was somebody that quit like last year.
Well, last
Could be
year they
developer.
lost...
Listerian, right? That big
No.
dude, Lars. Yeah, Lars.
Lars.
That's who it was.
Lars.
Yeah.
Lars
so
quit.
Chucky is in Lars. That's right.
Yep, Lars quit.
So Chucky
Jen
and Lars.
quit, and their head programmer quit. If you remember,
Yeah, they're lead
right
developer.
after the game came out.
Could be why they didn't want to deal with the backlash of this release.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because you had the early access, and now they've been silent, completely silent. You know, and
Well, you know
not
that
to
song "Took the
mention-
Money and Run."
yeah, well, you know.
I
and-
mean,
and the other thing is they need help with distribution because once again the collector's edition got messed up, and
Yeah, I
there's
don't
a
have
lot of
mine yet.
irate people. You know, I mean, they're out there posting their numbers on what they sold, but you know what? Tell me how many collector's editions have been canceled. I know that there's quite a few just in this community alone that got canceled because, you know, and there's people that still don't have it. So,
I don't have mine. I don't think Big Daddy even has a date for his yet.
no. I
Check
don't think
Streamer
he does
Talk.
either.
Check Streamer Talk.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I am
Two
not
positions.
surprised.
Game testers.
they always have those though.
Yeah.
Always.
I've never
Yeah,
seen those
there
filled,
needs
but I
to
don't
be
know
about
who does it.
10 of them. Needs to be
Right.
about 10 more of those.
Right. So,
And didn't they take any feedback from like what X-Man saw in early access
No.
at
no.
the case event? You know,
Oh,
at the case event I'm talking about.
I don't think there really was
I don't
any
think they-
feedback to give because I mean, well,
Yeah.
because that version he played was so locked down anyway.
True.
Like they almost don't give you a chance, a choice,
No.
a chance to see the bugs.
Now, why won't this trailer?
All this feature's not working. Let's not add it.
Oh, that's what it is, Billy. The other side makes sense. The green JD is one you start gives errors. Yeah, there's in-game stuff that's giving errors. So, but yep, we'll have to just wait and see. But I've said for years that, it's the modders that make the longevity of the game anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially
absolutely.
this one. And I'm fine with that, but I just think...
But
um,
it's funny what the kick in the nuts is because it's like some of these changes that they make, right? Is that benefiting like this one programmer dude who happens to be working on the map at this particular time, or this map designer, or whoever's making the map? You know what I'm saying? And all of us got to figure out all this other new stuff because of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
And figure it out because they don't give us documentation for it.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and that's the part that's, that
Yeah,
drives
like
me.
I said, they changed the UV mapping and that stuff again, and there's no documentation on how to make the stuff.
And like,
No
does that
players
really?
think very much.
And because I don't know, does that like really help with anything? Like, does that help with performance now, or would that, what's the point?
Well, because they added this color, like it gets wet and it shows that it's wet.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
guess it
agree
does
with you
help,
on
but
this,
like,
Andy.
give us like how you got to this.
Right.
uh-huh.
Like they say, oh, modding's a big thing, but then like, here's the editor, figure it out for yourself.
I mean, how quick would it be for them to do a video or a tutorial on how to convert a mod from 22 to 25?
Yeah.
Probably pretty extensive now. It's not
Well,
Well,
like-
yeah.
this is
like
true.
you got to take it to do it correctly. You got to take it into Blender or Maya. Like I was saying to NBC this morning, like there's another thing in the editor now where like if you have a transform group, it was like the circle, the square, and the triangle,
Oh, yeah.
and then like a shape was like the blue square. Now there's other symbols that are like meshes or something. Like,
Oh,
They
I was
never-
learning all about those this morning.
they never went over that.
Yeah.
Groups and i3D references and
Like I
All kinds of
exported that international pickup truck thing that they have into Maya, and the doors are off of it. Everything is not where it should be. So like, you can't even take something and export it back, and it be right. It's all messed up, and it combines it into one whole object. So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the log file started getting long last year there at Dead Soul because everything gets loaded in to the log file now. Thank you very much for that follow, Gnome Plays. I appreciate it. And yes, Owen and Sam, I agree with you on that. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it takes time and stuff. They come out with new things, and like everybody's saying, you know, where's the how-to? You know?
And that would be half the battle one for people. Like, okay, listen, we changed a lot of stuff. This is how we did it, and this is the new way to do it. Instead, they're like, here you go. And then, oh, modders, you guys are the best. Like, no, you're not, because year in and year out, we don't get nothing.
Right.
You mean the modding tutorials don't teach you everything you need to know?
Well,
They
let's
don't teach
face
you
it, the
anything,
modding
really.
tutorials hadn't been updated. They updated some last year for some of the stuff, but the last time I think they were updated was 13, and they're still out there. It's, you know, I don't know. Did they ever even come out with one last year for the sounds? I don't think they did.
No, they, yeah, because they did that new whole sound system.
Right, they did a new sound system, but did they ever produce a video showing people how to do it? I know modders did, but I don't remember Giants putting it out. So
I think so, because I think that's how I learned how to do it.
okay, maybe they did. Maybe they, you know, and the other thing with that too is I don't see 3 years worth of why we had to wait.
No.
But at the
I do.
same time, why didn't they make the videos to go along with the stuff and put it out at the same time? You know? 'Cause
Let me
even
see.
last
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, go into Modder Talk. Pull my mod up. I got it done, except the green beans don't work.
Okay.
Somebody can look at that, but otherwise the whole thing works except for the visuals on green beans loading into it. It's in Modder Talk right now.
Oh, okay. I see it. Yep. So it's just the green beans that don't show up the fill.
Yeah, in the fill plane. That's the only thing that's not working. Otherwise, it takes green beans. It just doesn't
Okay.
show that it's got green beans visually. It shows
Right.
it in the how much you have in there, but it just doesn't show visually. So test it and see what you guys think, and then I'll see if I can fix the green beans later.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sounds good. I'll download it and I'll put it in and everything, and I'll have to find some green beans and stuff. But yeah, I'll definitely try it out. Bud, you on your way to the game?
All right. Yep, I'm on the way to the game now.
All right. Is it going to snow?
No,
Oh,
it's not going to
good.
be no weather besides being like 41 degrees out.
Oh,
so.
perfect. Perfect. Well, you make sure you have fun, bud.
I will.
All righty.
I'll be listening.
All right. Appreciate it. There's videos from FarmCon on Giants Developer 20. Yeah, there's videos out there, Kaboomba, and stuff, but it's not what you think. They talk about it, but they don't talk about how to use the stuff for the modders. So, you know, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about the videos and stuff. Now, some of the 22, they finally did come out with some later. I don't remember what the time frame was from the time the editor came out, but that was the first time that they'd actually done new tutorial videos, at least from what I can remember, since 13. It always used to be a thing when you bought the collector's edition, you got access to all those and stuff, or you just go to the GDN network, you know. But at the same time, it just, you know, the timing is what was definitely different for sure. I mean, looking at the separate section.
It probably took them 3 years to convert the mods that they have over.
Right.
They probably made the map in 6 days, and then they're like, "Oh, well, now it's going to take us 3 years to bring all these things over." And to
Well,
the new game.
Right, that's what I'm wondering. Like, do they
Lights are
not have
different.
scripts? Do they not have some scripts that'll do that automatically for them? Because otherwise, like you said, it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
The lights are different again. They're back to like Coronas, and it's like
Well, the other thing
Oh.
too is even if you look at the base game equipment, there is stuff that they're converting over slowly, and I'm like, wow, that doesn't make sense. Why wasn't that in the base game? You know, for some of the equipment.
like I was saying yesterday. Like
Mr. Mark
You have a
Blair,
game.
Thank you very much for the follow.
Hey, man.
you have a game that rolling and lime is a thing to get boost shields. The smallest roller takes 125 horsepower. If you're just starting off, to buy that is crazy.
Right.
You know, what happened to the smaller rollers?
Yeah. Yep, for sure. They
You
have
think that
scripts that
the
would be in the editor.
reason why some of the stuff rolled back is because they lost their lead programmer, so they went back to the way they used to do it.
Yeah.
Could have, and they couldn't have figured out how to do it.
They couldn't figure out how to do it with the new way, so they went back to the old way.
It's very well possible. I mean, even terminology in some of the XMLs, I'm seeing to where it went back to like the way they did it in 13. You know, just little things that I was looking at, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would you go backwards or spend all that time changing it? And yeah, that was the case, and I was like, wow, okay. All right, let's see. So we need to open this up. We're gonna put X-Man's mod in right now, and
I mean, at least-
give that a shot for him.
At least as I'm doing this right now, because it makes me. At least with the collisions, they gave us documentation and they
Yeah,
showed
but
us
barely any.
preset. There's some.
I haven't seen none. And
Yeah,
there's so much to the collisions now that it's crazy.
Yeah.
Which I'm not
There's-
saying that it's not going to be a better system, but like,
There's
is there something that
documentations
explains
in the
every
game.
single
Yes.
collision group?
Yes.
Yeah, Dave found it.
Shared folder.
Yeah.
Data shared. You'll find all the collision, new settings, old settings.
I got to look into that.
Yep. There.
All right. Why is that not up there? Let me go back and look at it. Let me see.
You have to find it yourself. They never tell you that, still.
Right.
But why not have that on their GDN site?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look how long it took us to get the editor, and they're emailing us and telling us about all these great mods coming out. The modders are already hard at work. Last week when they sent that, with no editor.
Well, they had some people had it. There's no way that they couldn't have if for getting
go.
model. You can't create the new i3D format without having the editor. So there had to be some people out there that had access to
Yeah,
it.
somebody had access to it. For sure. I have a tin